or restored depend on the InTech team.
You don't need an illness to need a doctor. You don't need to feel sick to feel better. You don't need to be unwell to get well. What you do need is a primary care physician or provider at Sanford Health. Better health care starts with regular wellness visits and a familiar face who knows you, your concerns, and your goals. We're here before you need us. We're here when you need us. We're here after you need us. We're here for you. Sanford Health. Health lives here.
Weather changes constantly. Be prepared. Weather app. From viewing conditions with our Doppler radar to just a simple temp check, you can be sure to stay informed with the First Alert Weather app. It's weather when you want it.
Well, welcome back. It is 5:52 and time to take you through a few of our top headlines this morning.
A district attorney in Northern California says power company PG&E is criminally liable for the deadly Zog fire. 4 people died in it, and it devastated Shasta and Tiama counties last year. This March, CAL FIRE officials said the fire was caused by a pine tree hitting PG&E electrical lines. Charges from the DA's office are expected by the end of September, the 1-year anniversary of that blaze. The DA's announcement comes as PG&E admits its equipment might have sparked the ongoing Dixie fire right now.
Well, both the House and Senate passed a bill yesterday to secure funding for the U.S. Capitol and the Capitol Police in the wake of the January 6th riot. Now, the bill includes almost $1 billion for Capitol security. It also includes roughly $1.1 billion for a special immigrant visa program to assist with Afghan interpreters coming to the United States as American troops withdraw from the nation's longest war. The bill now goes to President Joe Biden for his signature. He is expected to sign it.
The economy continues to emerge from the depths of the COVID-19 pandemic. Weekly jobless claims fell by 24,000 to 400,000. Meanwhile, the economy grew at 6.5%. That's about 2% less than what was predicted, though. Areas of the economy remain underwater as the labor market in particular has struggled to get back to normal.
All right, let's turn things to weather, and we need rain. We've needed this for a while. Sounds like maybe we'll get some today, huh?
Yeah, I was going to say we have rain out in central South Dakota right now. We've been talking about the smoke that we had around yesterday due to wildfires up in Canada, and so we do have that still around here this morning. So where we're not going to be dealing with the rain, we're going to be dealing with a little bit of that smoke as well. I don't think it's going to be as bad as it was yesterday, but you can see from on this graphic, this kind of orange color is kind of where we're seeing the most smoke right now due to those Canadian wildfires. Look at all the fire emblems right here just to the north of Winnipeg, up by Lake Winnipeg. All that smoke, that is coming down here. So where we do have the rain this morning out in central South Dakota, that is helping kind of tap down that smoke, so to say, and as that slides down to the southeast, that's going to help us here in the tri-state area. But up in northeastern South Dakota, west central Minnesota, we have a little bit of rain here this morning, but overall we're not really going to be seeing a whole lot of rain, at least compared to the rest of the region as we go through the day. We're in the 60s all around the Horn. Basically, we have that rain out in Pierre right now, a couple of showers just south of Aberdeen. We're still dry here in Sioux Falls and in Yankton for now. Same story in Mitchell and Marshall, but we're going to see that rain move into those communities here as we go through the rest of this morning. All right, 69 is a nice start to the day over in Hartford, 68 Harrisburg, 63 Canton, 65 Mitchell, Parkston, and in Freeman. Chiswick Festival going on in Freeman here over tomorrow, and the weather for that is looking like it's going to be fantastic. We'll take a look at that 10-day forecast here in a second. Otherwise, temperatures are in the 60s here across the region, 70 in Valentine. Wind 5 to 15 miles an hour. Wind not going to be an issue here as we go through the rest of today. We're going to see that rain move into the tri-state area, especially late morning into the early afternoon, and we may have a little bit of lightning, a little bit of thunder, and their severe risk is going to be low. However, highs will be in the low to mid 70s, maybe cracking 77 later on today down in Yankton. Up to the north, we're going to see a slight chance for a little bit of rain. For the most part, we're going to see decreasing cloud cover today, so we'll hit 82 in Eureka and Aberdeen, 80 in Sisseton. We'll be stuck in the 70s, though, across the rest of the region. Out in central South Dakota, obviously, we have that rain going on right now. We'll see the clouds break a little bit this afternoon once the rain clears out of here and crack 80 in Pierre and in Eagle Butte, but only about 71. Cloudy, a little rainy here is through the day in Chamberlain. Again, tomorrow, looking fantastic. If you want to head out and go get some Chiswick and Freeman, 85, plenty of sunshine, maybe a little bit of smoke still in the air out there. 80 on Sunday, and we'll stay in the low to mid 80s here early next week, but then by the end of the week, we bring in some slight chances for some thunderstorms and high temperatures jumping right back into the 90s. Aberdeen 82 today, just a slight chance that we can see a little bit of rain. 88 tomorrow, 86 on Sunday, and again on Monday. We'll get back up into the 90s here as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday. Mid-90s return by next Thursday. And in here, 80 today with obviously that rain going on this morning. That will come to an end early afternoon. We'll be in the low 90s over the weekend and early next week before we jump back into the mid-90s by next Thursday. That's a look at your forecast. Stick around. A lot more for you this morning right after this break.
Catch Dakota News Now at 9 on Fox Sioux Falls. It's news when you want it.
Let's be real. You have a business to run, people to pay, money to make, and a life to balance. Good thing you also have First Bank and Trust. With our cash management solutions, you can issue payroll, accept payments, and manage cash flow, all while tapping into some of the best fraud prevention tools available. When managing a business is easier for you, you have a little more time for them. First Bank and Trust. Real banking, real easy.
We're hitting the road, and you're invited along for the ride. We're checking in with some of South Dakota's most iconic destinations to see if they're back on track after the COVID-19 pandemic. Join us every day on Dakota News Now in the morning and at 4 p.m.
Common sense, by definition, is good sense and sound judgment. To Common Sense Manufacturing, it means quality farming and ranching products that just make sense. This is the highest quality ranching equipment on the market. Family owned and operated. All products are durable, portable, and provide better feeding habits for your livestock. Common Sense now has a solar division. See a full list of our products and dealers online at commonsensemmfg.com or give us a call. Common Sense Manufacturing. Quality that just makes sense.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent.
Looking for some excitement in your life? At Dakota Sioux Casino and Hotel, find your luck and double down. With rewards, dining, and entertainment, the excitement never ends at Dakota Sioux Casino and Hotel.
Join in for our ultimate hot seats Friday, July 30th. Win your share of $16,000. Additional info available at dakotasioux.com.
School Bus Inc. is now hiring. Are you looking for a rewarding job? Love to make a difference in your community with paid training, great benefits, and a $1,000 sign-on bonus? This is a job for you. Apply now at schoolbusinc.com.
The Fritos Outlaw Pizza from Papa Murphy's. Brisket, mozzarella, barbecue sauce, and Fritos. The Outlaws are here for a limited time. Take and bake deliciousness only from Papa Murphy's.
Well, the Delta variant causing a coronavirus surge in many states. The concerns about this variant coming up.
A former Coyote is ready for his Olympic debut tomorrow. He tells us what helps him calm down before competing.
And I'm scouting in live in Freeman this morning, where the South Dakota Chislik Festival will be taking place tomorrow. I'll tell you how you can win this grill at the event coming up here on Dakota News Now.
This is Dakota News Now.
Well, good morning from all of us at Dakota News Now. Thanks for joining us on this Friday morning. I'm Eric Thorstensen.
And I'm Vanessa Gomez. It's so good to have you with us. Happy Friday to everyone out there. Also, my last day here.
Bittersweet Friday for all of us. Is it's your last day here at Dakota News Now after 5.5 years here.
5.5 years here. Started out as the morning reporter.
Yeah, you've been a staple on the morning show because, I mean, you started as a morning reporter. You spent a brief time in the evenings.
Yep.
And then came back to
mornings.
Came
back to mornings.
Yeah.
I liked this shift better, believe it or not. The 1:30 a.m. wake-up call.
Well, we're going to miss you. Where are you going? Tell us.
I'm going to Sanford, so I'm staying in this area, which is awesome. So I get to see a lot of you in the community still, which is great. I'll be working in their news and media relations departments there, so that'll be fun.
So we'll still see you.
Yes, absolutely. And thank you to you guys so far. This morning has been great. I know you guys have put a lot of work into it, kind of getting people to give messages and look back on everything.
There may be some more tears here this morning.
I know. I'm already like I'm an emotional person, so this is an emotional National Day for me.
Let's turn things to weather. Meteorologist Aaron Dowdna joins us, and it's going to cool down big time. He brought the Kleenex. Yes, he brought the
We're going to need another box, Dowdna.
Oh, God. I'm going to have to dig up another box. Okay, good to know. We have a little bit of rain here this morning. Here to start off, we need the rain. We're going to really need it here through the rest of the day. It's going to continue moving south and east. We have just a big blob of rain out there right now in central South Dakota. Mitchell getting ready to see a little bit of rain, some lightning, some thunder possible here this morning as well. Temperatures for most of us are in the 60s here to kick off our Friday. Wind, not going to be too big of an issue here as we go through the rest of today, about 5 to 15 miles an hour. Up to the north and east where we see less rain and more sunshine, we're going to get up into the low to mid 80s. We'll actually hit 80 and Peard later on this afternoon thanks to some sunshine, but we'll be stuck in the 70s. Basically kind of all along I-90 here today thanks to all the rain that's going to be moving through. But after the rain gets out of here, we are going to see temperatures start to warm up a little bit. We're talking about a return to the 90s here for some of us, so we'll talk more about the extended forecast here in a few more minutes, guys.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Aaron. Now we turn to some national news headlines. The CDC expected to release new information today that explains why it revised its guidance on masks for fully vaccinated Americans.
Yesterday, President Biden announcing a host of new rules to boost COVID vaccinations.
Faith Abube is in Washington with the urgent call to action.
This morning, the Delta variant putting federal health officials on high alert. Internal documents shared within the CDC obtained by the Washington Post arguing health experts must, quote, acknowledge the war has changed. Warning the Delta variant appears to cause more severe illness, spread as easily as chickenpox and more quickly than Ebola.
CDC is estimating that it is probably also more deadly. The CDC report is certainly concerning, and I know that people are going to look at it and be worried about it.
Dr. Ashish Jha also saying, despite the news,
the vaccines are still working really, really well.
In a somber address, President Biden appealing to the unvaccinated, telling them to quickly get the shot as the Delta variant rapidly drives new COVID infections nationwide. The president also encouraging states to offer $100 to people who get the jab and a new requirement for millions of federal employees to be vaccinated or face strict COVID rules.
We all want our lives to get back to normal, and fully vaccinated workplaces will make that happen more quickly.
Major companies like Facebook, Google, and Netflix now requiring most employees to be vaccinated before returning to the office. Right now, new COVID cases are increasing in nearly every state. Hospitalizations nearly up to where they were a year ago. The number of deaths also increasing in more than 24 states, an average of 300 Americans losing their battle with COVID every single day.
It's a good thing I came because most likely my kids probably would have found me. I probably would have died at home.
And as the COVID public health threat continues here in Washington, Democrats are rushing to extend a pandemic ban on evictions before it expires tomorrow. In Washington, Faith Abube, ABC News.
In weather-related news, an overheating planet and temperature surge is causing the biggest meltdown of the year for Greenland. The amount of ice that liquefied on Tuesday alone would be enough to cover the whole state of Florida in nearly 2 inches of water. And this is the third instance of extreme melting on Greenland in the past decade. Today is the kickoff of Ice Bucket Challenge Month in Massachusetts, and Boston is celebrating the legacy of the man who inspired that challenge today. Pete Freites lost his battle with ALS back in 2019, but his idea for the Ice Bucket Challenge has raised more than $220 million to fight the disease. In his memory, his wife is staging a celebration of his life. While there is no cure for ALS, efforts like the Ice Bucket Challenge have advanced research and continues to offer hope for the future.
Well, former USD kayak pole vaulter Chris Nielsen is anxiously awaiting his chance to compete in the Olympics. Chris has jumped all over the world, but competing in any form comes with a lot of nerves and pressure, and the Olympics certainly heighten that. So how does he do it? What does he do to calm himself down?
Scream. I literally scream before I vault. Which is a very new thing. It only came about this indoor season because I went to this one meet, and it was like my first meet over in Europe, and I jumped 18.4, and I was like really mad about it. And I asked my coach Derek, I was like, what's wrong? He's like, you just don't look like you're very intense about it at all. You look like you're just strolling through the park smelling the roses. He's like, hype yourself up, yell. get mad. I don't care. Do something. Get better. And then the very next meet, I screamed before vaults that I was feeling especially nervous at, and I jumped personal best indoors.
There you go. Well, we'll all be screaming for him Saturday in the prelims. He has to make the final 12 to get into the finals on Tuesday.
Hey,
very simple.
If it works, it works.
Yeah, just that's what his coach, like I said, his coach should know he's been to the Olympics 3 times.
Yeah.
So just scream. And he had a personal best after that.
I hope they get that on camera in the prelims so we can see it.
All right, well, a big event is coming back to the community of Freeman.
The South Dakota Chislik Festival returns tomorrow. It was canceled last year, of course, because of the pandemic. Scott Ingen joining us live in Freeman this morning with a little preview. Good morning, Scott.
Hey, good morning, Thor and Vanessa. I am live in Freeman this morning. I'm standing in the Prairie Arboretum in the community, and this is where the Chislik Festival is going to be taking place. It's about 40 acres of land here, and there's going to be dozens of vendors serving up Chislik, a variety of other foods. Of course, there's going to be beverages and entertainment as well. And one of the big things that you can do while you're here is buy a raffle ticket to potentially win this awesome grill and maybe make some Chislik of your own when you go home. And Ann Pankratz is with me this morning. She's kind of in charge of organizing volunteers for the Chislik Festival. Ann, thanks for waking up early with us. We appreciate it. Tell us a little bit about the raffle for the grill here.
Well, this grill was donated by S&S Ag out of Viborg Hurley area, and they so graciously donated. It's worth over $1,000.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so this is an amazing grill. You can buy our raffle tickets in our merchandise booth, one for $5 or 5 for $20.
Awesome. And who doesn't love to win a grill? That'd
Exactly.
be so fun.
Exactly. Especially this quality. So it's amazing.
And like I kind of said, there's going to be lots of vendors here, lots of stuff going on, entertainment, all that kind of good stuff. And that takes a lot of volunteers and a lot of effort to organize.
Yes, it does. There has been quite a few people that's already been here to set up. We had the Parker football team here yesterday that worked so great, and they took what we thought might be 2 to 3 hours, took about an hour. So it was amazing. Overall, it will take over 300 volunteers to put this all together. There will be 264 that will put in their time tomorrow. We have all kinds of different volunteers. We have volunteers from Washington, D.C. all the way to California.
Geez.
So it's pretty amazing. The Parker Band is going to be parking cars tomorrow. The FA is coming over to be helped today to set up, and then also to run our bingo. We have the Marion Parker EMTs that are going to be serving for our first aid. So there's lots of people, lots that goes into this, but our ultimate goal is to get back to our community and really support what we're trying to do and educate basically about what our community offers as far as that ag portion as well. So
perfect. Awesome. That is great. And how is it, as kind of the organizer of all these volunteers, to see how much support you get not only from the Freeman community but all these other surrounding communities, and you said volunteers from across the country?
It is truly absolutely amazing. Anytime that you can get this many people together for one great cause, you just know that it's still, there's some really great things in the world that we're getting to see. So, you know, it's every chance that you can get to make a difference in your community is just going to be that much better for everyone within there. So.
And of course, last year, unfortunately, the event wasn't able to happen because of the pandemic. So to be able to have it back and have the support you've seen for it already, just a little talk about that a little bit.
You know, it's just been amazing, the amount of people that want to get out, that want to contribute back to the community. And I think that's the important part. I think people had kind of lost touch with one another, and now we're coming back to do great things within our community. So I think that was the ultimate goal, was to make sure everybody felt a part of something bigger than themselves.
Absolutely. And the event's going to be going on at starting at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, goes till 9 o'clock in the evening. Obviously, there's plenty of Chislik. There's going to be beverages, entertainment, goes all throughout the day. And if you want to find out more information about the South Dakota Chislik Festival, you can just head on over to your Dakota News Now app. I'll include all that information there just a little bit later this morning. But for now, Thor, Vanessa, back to you. Hopefully next segment we're going to have some Chislik made for us and try it out.
My fingers are crossed
Sounds
for
good.
you.
Oh yeah, and Chislik we've talked about. It's one of when you came here from California, you'd never heard of
Never
Chislik?
heard of it. It's a regional thing, and really only a South Dakota thing.
Yes.
And I did a story on this. Governor Dennis Dugard signed a bill into law that it is the official nosh of South Dakota. So it's the official food.
You can find it everywhere. I mean, every
So
restaurant,
good.
bar, all over the place. It is so good. Well, stay with us. Well, actually, if you're watching the Olympics, well, actually, no, we got a break right now.
We do have a break. It's
I'm all
okay.
emotional, too.
Nope,
It's your
it's-
last day here. I'm all messed. I'm an emotional
No one knows
mess,
what's
too.
going on. It's fine. Stick with us for my last day here at Dakota News Now. We'll be right back.
Catch Dakota News Now at 9 on Fox Sioux Falls. It's news when you want it.
What kind of beef do the best steakhouses serve? Meet the facts. Fact: the best steakhouses serve prime beef, and Hy-Vee has prime reserve beef. So you can get steakhouse quality right in your own backyard from Hy-Vee. If you want to know who's passionate about prime beef, get the facts at meetthefacts.hyvee.com.
The last chance for the amazing deals during Beds & Beds Emergency Warehouse Liquidation Sale is now. These are the final days you can get that big new comfy mattress at liquidation prices. Free financing is available during the final days of the Emergency Warehouse Liquidation Sale at Beds & Beds on 41st Street.
It's anniversary time here at Carl's.
And in celebration of 65 years, dinner is on us.
Save up to 40% on appliances.
And get a steak dinner for two.
This LG French door refrigerator is just $10.99.
Plus you get a steak dinner for two.
LG, Sony, and Samsung TVs are on sale.
And include a steak dinner for two.
Save on grills, mattresses, and furniture too during Carl's 65th anniversary sale.
This place has really good service.
And it has since 1956.
The biggest event of the summer is here. The 82nd Annual Sioux Empire Fair. There's live events for everyone each and every day with the fair's grandstand entertainment. From live concerts to rodeos. In addition to concerts, the Sioux Empire Fair has something for everyone, from carnival rides, fair food, and free family entertainment. For more details, visit SiouxEmpireFair.com.
At Avera, we believe good health starts early, and that good health care can inspire a life of wellness. At Avera, we believe in push-ups and pumping iron. We believe less is more. And live for apple slices instead of apple pie. At Avera, we live for staying healthy and enjoying the little things. We're invested in healthy living so you can live longer.
The last chance for the amazing deals during Beds & Beds Emergency Warehouse Liquidation Sale is now. These are the final days you can get that big new comfy mattress at liquidation prices. Free financing is available during the final days of the Emergency Warehouse Liquidation Sale at Beds & Beds on 41st Street.
Well, Vanessa, I still remember several years ago when you and I think your parents walked into the studio when you were just starting, and you know, we got to talking about Sacramento, and I was a Kings fan and all that, and that seems like it's gone by so fast. And sorry to see you go, but I'm sure this is a great move for you and your career and your future.
Yeah, us Nightsiders don't get much time to actually see you in the newsroom, but when we do, you always have a big smile on your face, and that's one thing I'm definitely going to miss about you, Vanessa, and you've been a great addition and a joy to work with.
And remember, Vanessa used to be a Nightsider.
Yep.
Right.
And then she got sick of Phil and I, and she said, I need to go to mornings and hang
Not
out
true.
with Thor. We gave you a lot of grief about that move, but Vanessa, you did it so well. You really knocked it out of the park on the morning news. Always proud of you, friend, and we're glad that we're keeping you close.
Absolutely.
Aww.
Night team, where
Night
you used to
crew.
be on the night crew
I know,
for a
and
little while.
so that's where I first
Yeah.
kind of hung out with you. And
Yeah.
I knew Aaron before I really got to know you, just because Aaron worked on the morning show when I started at KSFY. And so I got to know him, and then I got to know you a little bit more on the night news. And I love, there is nothing wrong with the night crew.
Yeah.
Let me get that out in the
you
open.
like these hours,
but I did
Yeah.
enjoy these hours more, just because it's either you worked 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. I never got to see my husband when
Yeah.
I worked that. And now I work 3 a.m. to about noon, so at least I get to see my husband for an hour or two at night. And so that's, you know, that's going to be a big change. I'm going to be working 8 to 5.
Yeah, now
in
you're
this
going to
next
regular
job.
hours.
Yeah, so that's something I'm really looking forward to.
Working 9 to 5, just like the song says, right?
I know. Where's Dolly Parton when you need her?
You're right. Hey, let's go ahead and talk about some weather here this morning. We do have rain out in central South Dakota that we need to talk about here this morning. That is moving off to the east and to the southeast this morning, too. Go ahead and throw the loop on for you before before I walk over to the big green wall that you can't see, and you can see everything's really starting to take a turn to the south and east, and that's kind of what we've been expecting. That's kind of what we've been anticipating here this morning. Mitchell, you're getting ready to see a little band of thunderstorms move through. No severe weather expected. We're just going to be dealing with that rain. We have that wildfire smoke across the region in here this morning. When the rain moves in, that's going to kind of tap down and just kind of dampen that smoke here, so to say. We're at 68 degrees right now in Sioux Falls. Aberdeen, we're dealing with that smoke, that haze for you as well. 64 degrees, slight chance of a little bit of rain today in Aberdeen. Pierre, obviously we have that rain falling right now. Capitol building, a little soggy out there. 61 degrees, northwest wind at 7 miles an hour. We've had 0.15 of an inch so far since midnight out in Pierre. Here in Sioux Falls, we're more than likely going to see rain for basically the rest of the day. Once that rain does move into the region, we're going to be stuck in the 70s, right around 74 for a high today in Sioux Falls. Aberdeen, slight chance for a little bit of rain here this morning. Otherwise, decreasing cloud cover. That'll help us warm into the 80s. We'll get into the low to mid 80s up in northern South Dakota here later on today. And up here we have that rain moving through right now. We'll see that basically come to an end by early afternoon. 67 by noon. We'll still hit 80 for a high today out in Pierre. Here in the tri-state area, temperatures right now in the mid to upper 60s for everybody. 69 Hartford, 65 behind me in Nestorville, 66 Spirit Lake, and in Pipestone. We're at 66 also in Redwood Falls, 63 in Sisseton, 65 right now in Lake Andes. Wind 5 to 15 miles an hour. Wind not going to be an issue here as we go through the rest of today. Futurecast, that blob of rain going to continue sliding down to the south and east here as we go through the rest of today. Some of us could see between half an inch and an inch of rain by the time everything is said and done. And northeastern South Dakota, west central Minnesota, not really going to see too good of a chance for rain here as we go through the rest of today. Tomorrow, we're going to start off with a little bit of cloud cover, maybe a little bit of fog here in the tri-state area. Otherwise, we'll see plenty of sunshine out there, a couple of high thin clouds in the afternoon, and temperatures are going to be, fairly nice, right about where they should be this time of year. 70s here today where we do have rain falling. 85 though tomorrow, 80 on Sunday, and then as we head into next week. We're going to start off with highs in the low to mid 80s, but then very quickly, everybody jumping back up into the 90s by the end of the week with a chance for a couple of thunderstorms out there. That's a look at your forecast. Stick around. Top stories right after the break.
Dakota News Now is sponsored by SDN Communications.
The last chance for the amazing deals during Beds & Beds Emergency Warehouse Liquidation Sale is now. These are the final days you can get that big new comfy mattress at liquidation prices. Free financing is available during the final days of the Emergency Warehouse Liquidation Sale at Beds & Beds on 41st Street.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family, to provide options beyond the expected, to help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Orthopedics and sports medicine at Sanford Health. Health lives here.
The Fritos Outlaw Pizza from Papa Murphy's. Brisket, mozzarella, barbecue sauce, and Fritos. The Outlaws are here for a limited time. Take and bake deliciousness only from Papa Murphy's.
You have the blueprint. You found the perfect plot of land. Now, you just need the financing. Bring your family's dream home to life with a construction loan from Reliabank. Whether you're looking for a remodel, addition, or a new build, Reliabank has the experienced lenders and streamlined processes to structure your financial needs. Stop in, give us a call, or check us out online at reliabank.com. Reliabank, a brighter banking experience since 1920. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The last chance for the amazing deals during Beds & Beds Emergency Warehouse Liquidation Sale is now. These are the final days you can get that big new comfy mattress at liquidation prices. Free financing is available during the final days of the Emergency Warehouse Liquidation Sale at Beds & Beds on 41st Street.
Well, welcome back to Dakota News Now. Here's a look at a few of today's top stories.
Yeah, the smoky conditions leading to warnings from health officials in both South Dakota and Minnesota. All this smoke is coming in from 500 miles to the north in Canada, where a massive 300 square mile wildfire is burning on the eastern shores of Lake Winnipeg. Now, the smoke has spurred state officials in both South Dakota and Minnesota to issue air quality alerts, saying people with respiratory problems should avoid too much time outdoors. The poor air quality led to the closure of all Sioux Falls outdoor pools and Wildwater West. The public pools are expected to be back open at 1 this afternoon.
We're learning more about the group who spearheaded the search for a missing Del Rapids woman. Kenyon Brown's body was found Wednesday night in a field outside of Del Rapids less than a week after she was reported missing. The group, Prairie Patriots, is a nonprofit that organized a team of communications, boots on the ground, and drones to lead a search on Wednesday. The drone is what led to the discovery of the body. The Prairie Patriots are entirely privately funded.
Well, President Biden is pitching new incentives to get more Americans vaccinated against COVID-19. Yesterday, Biden asked all states to start offering $100 to entice people to get the shot. Governor Tim Walz announced shortly afterward that Minnesota will be taking up that advice. Walz saying all unvaccinated Minnesotans 12 and older who get their shot by August 15th will receive a $100 Visa gift card to spend however they want.
Ooh, an exciting week ahead for our morning reporter Scott Ingen and photojournalist Shane Trail as they hit the road.
Yeah, Scott joins us live to give us a little preview of what you're going to be doing next week. Scott.
Hey, Thor, Vanessa. So it's going to be an exciting week starting on Monday. Me and our photographer, Shane Trail, we're going to hit the road to find out how our communities across South Dakota and some of our most iconic destinations in the state are getting back on track since the COVID-19 pandemic. And this is really just something that we're going to be doing all week long, just stopping in different communities, finding out how they're recovering and getting back to normal as we go forward with this pandemic that we're just coming out of. And I'm really looking forward to showing off some of our really fun places here in the state of South Dakota. And it's something we've been planning for a long time, and I think it's something our viewers are really going to enjoy.
And this is something, I mean, it's not only going to be fun for the viewers, but it's also going to be fun for you, Scott. And I know each day it's going to be a different location. We're not going to reveal where you are going to be going, but can you give us a little hint of where you're going to be on Monday and maybe a little hint of what people can expect next week?
Okay, so Vanessa, we're going to be going West River, except for Monday. I'll give you a hint. We will be East River for one day on the trip, and then starting on Tuesday, we'll be West River for the next 4 days. And I'll give you a hint to the community that we're going to be in on Monday. So Oscar Howe, he has designed murals for this community's most famous attraction for 23 years. And so if you want to find out more about what city that is, you're going to need to tune in on Monday. It's going to be a lot of fun, and then you're going to want to tune in the rest of the week because I'll be giving hints just like that throughout the week, kind of just hinting ahead to where I'm going to be, and you can kind of get involved by guessing where I'm going to be on our Facebook page throughout the week too.
I have a feeling a lot of people know exactly where he's going to be after that trivia
Maybe, maybe not.
On Monday.
We're going to post it to our Facebook though, so if you think you know the answer, head to our Facebook page in about 5 minutes. It'll be posted there. But how fun is that for Scott? I'm leaving at the wrong time.
I know you're going to miss that next week. I know you'll be up though. You're still going to get up every day at 5 a.m. to watch the show.
Just to watch you guys. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, you never know. I am a morning person.
Yeah, you'll be up.
Absolutely.
You'll watch it still. So, all right, Scott Ingen joining us live. Actually, we're gonna. He has something else. Scott, do you have something else? One more thing to say?
Yeah. So, like you said, Thor. Unfortunately, Vanessa's not going to be around next week to find out where we're going throughout the road trip, and so I just wanted to wish her best on her next venture. And kind of a fun story, when I interned for KSFY back in 2018, that summer, Vanessa was the morning reporter then, and I was an intern under her for about a week. And it's just really gone full circle now that I'm in her position here on the morning show and she's at the anchor desk. And she's really just been a big influence in my journalistic career. And so from the bottom of my heart, Vanessa, I want to thank you for improving my skills and being there to support me through my journey so far. And I know you're going to kill it with your next adventure.
Thank you so much, Scott. I've given you tips, but you have ran with it, and it's been so awesome to watch him grow. And I love that it has come full circle that he started as an intern. And I remember that summer very vividly because for a few months we did not have a photographer. So I said, interns, you want to come on the morning show? Wake up at 3, 4 a.m. Come along.
Jump to that.
I'll put you to work.
You've mentored a lot of people in our newsroom.
Oh my goodness. Well, you know, I've had a lot of great mentors in my life.
You mentored me, and I've been here forever. I seriously learned a lot about. When I moved to the morning show, it was a big change for me.
Yes.
And I watched you and learned a lot from you.
Yeah.
I have. So.
Well, that's good. I mean, I'm passing the reins on to you.
Yeah,
so.
I know. What am I going to do Monday?
I think you and Aaron will be just fine.
All right. We'll miss you a ton, though.
I'm
We'll have more here
guys.
throughout the hour today. Aaron, let's send over to you. Look at weather.
Make sure you tune in Monday for the train wreck that Thor and I are going to have with Vanessa gone. It's going to be so much fun. Hey, we're dealing with wildfire smoke. Obviously, we've been talking about it all morning thanks to the giant fire just over there on Lake Winnipeg. All that smoke is coming down to the south, and when we take a look at the cameras here in a little bit, you're going to be able to see that here especially. But with the rain moving through, we have all this rain sliding off to the south and east here this morning. That is going to help kind of dampen down that smoke and going to kind of alleviate it a little bit. You can see out in Pure right now that rain is coming down, but we have hazy conditions all across the region thanks to that wildfire smoke due to those fires up in parts of Canada too. You can see that in Marshall and in Mitchell here this morning. Temperatures are in the 60s. We've actually popped up to 70 degrees so far this morning in Hartford. Blocking numbers here in Iowa. Spirit Lake 66, 65, Esterville 63, Jackson, Minnesota 67 in Huron, 62 in Mobridge, and 64 right now in Winter. Wind 5 to 15 miles an hour. Not too concerned about the wind here today. Big thing we're talking about is that rain. Other than the smoke, the rain that's moving through. We're going to see for half to an inch of rain across parts of central and south central South Dakota and possibly into extreme southeastern South Dakota and northwestern Iowa as well. Here in the Sioux Falls area, I'm fairly optimistic that we're going to see maybe in between a quarter and a half inch. I'm leaning more towards a half inch of rain by the time everything is said and done here today. We're going to see that rain move in. It's going to just kind of stick with us here as we go through the rest of today. We'll have high temperatures in the mid-70s here for most of us. Up to the north, slight chance for a couple of showers, but for the most part, we're going to miss out on the rain, especially north of Highway 14. Huron probably going to see some of that rain. Same thing in Miller. Not the case in Sisseton, though. We'll see 80s where we don't have that rain. Out in central South Dakota, we have the rain this morning, but once the rain comes to an end, we're going to see clouds break. Sun's going to come out, and we're going to warm into the 80s across parts of central South Dakota. We're going to see 80s galore here as we head into the weekend. 85 tomorrow, 80 on Sunday in Sioux Falls. We'll be in the low to mid 80s early next week and then bring in a chance for some thunderstorms by the end of next week with highs getting back into the 90s. 82 today in Aberdeen, 88 tomorrow, 86 on Sunday. Keeping the sunshine around and getting back into the 90s by Tuesday, mid-90s return by Thursday. And in Pierre, 80 today with that chance of rain going on right now anyways. Low 90s over the weekend, then we get back into the mid-90s by next Thursday. That is a look at your forecast. Stick around. More for you right after this break.
Dakota News Now is sponsored by Billion Automotive.
So, you need a new vehicle. What's the best vehicle for you? Where do you get financing? What's your trade worth? Answer all these questions and more at BillionAuto.com. You can compare 16 new car brands and thousands of used vehicles all in one place. Once you've picked out that perfect vehicle, it's easy to apply for credit pre-approval. Plus, estimate the trade value of your vehicle in 2 easy steps. It's car buying made easy, and it's all in the palm of your hand at BillionAuto.com.
The last chance for the amazing deals during Beds & Beds Emergency Warehouse Liquidation Sale is now. These are the final days you can get that big new comfy mattress at liquidation prices. Free financing is available during the final days of the Emergency Warehouse Liquidation Sale at Beds & Beds on 41st Street.
It's anniversary time here at Carl's.
And in celebration of 65 years, dinner is on us.
Save up to 40% on appliances.
And get a steak dinner for 2.
This LG French door refrigerator is just $10.99.
Plus you get a steak dinner for 2.
LG, Sony, and Samsung TVs are on sale.
And include a steak dinner for 2.
Save on grills, mattresses, and furniture too during Carl's 65th anniversary sale.
This place has really good service.
And it has since 1956.
Connecting on a personal level with each resident is important. Establishing that relationship and being genuine about it, that's important to be able to move forward. The hope is to be able to get them to be able to have the tools in their tool belt to go back and do great things. The sobriety and not falling back into their old habits, the recovery piece, that's very, very important. But it is other things, the transition to family and being able to have that acceptance and the confidence to go back into the community and do well.
Wild Bird Connection for your bird baths. We have concrete bird baths, pottery, stained glass bird baths, and hanging bird baths. Why, your birds will be doing the backstroke like Michael. Wild Bird Connection, your backyard bird feeding store.
At Avera Health Plans, health insurance is more than just coverage. It's about making connections. We connect you with quality health care so you're covered when you need it, to health coaches and nurses who help meet your health goals, and to a quality network of providers, specialists, and 24/7 virtual care. Our focus is on your everyday well-being. Wherever you are along the journey, choose our health plan with connections.
The last chance for the amazing deals during Beds & Beds Emergency Warehouse Liquidation Sale is now. These are the final days you can get that big new comfy mattress at liquidation prices. Free financing is available during the final days of the Emergency Warehouse Liquidation Sale at Beds & Beds on 41st Street.
Well, good morning, 6:31. Thank you for joining us on this Friday, as we've talked about, and that bittersweet day, your last day here at Dakota News Now. Vanessa.
Yes, it is my last day, but I have so enjoyed my time here.
Oh, yeah.
You guys have been amazing to work with. I've been so lucky with such great coworkers, and you know, moving from Sacramento, you never know what the culture, environment, and then just having a safe space here at Dakota News Now throughout my time here, it's just been awesome. So I really thank you guys for that, and I've enjoyed the messages this morning.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
Yeah. And we still have more surprises for you here this morning as well.
More to come.
Exciting. Let's go and talk about a little bit of weather here this morning. We have rain, some much needed rain out in central South Dakota right now. That stretches over towards Watertown, Marshall as well. Brookings had a little bit of rain earlier. We have some thunderstorms moving into Mitchell. That blob of rain is going to be sliding down to the south and east here as we go through the rest of our Friday. So we're going to be dealing with some rain here in Sioux Falls, so we get a little bit of a break, a little bit of a reprieve from the smoke that we have out there. Temperatures are in the 60s for most of us. Wind, not an issue here later on today. Severe risk, basically nil here this afternoon as well. We'll get up into the 80s in Aberdeen and in Pierre, but we'll be stuck in the 70s here in Sioux Falls thanks to cloud cover and the rain that's going to be moving in as well. We will see the sun come back out over the weekend. Temperatures getting back up into the 80s, so we're going to talk about that weekend forecast and the forecast for next week here in a few more minutes.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Aaron. Well, now we turn to some news headlines. Authorities searching for an inmate who walked away from his Sioux Falls job.
Officials say Brandon Scott left his community service job without authorization. The 39-year-old is serving time for grand theft. If you see him, call police. Well, police in Sioux Falls are searching for 2 missing teens.
Officers are asking for the public's help in finding Gizma Acol and Juliet Herrera. Both are 13 years old. Their disappearances are not related, though. We do know Herrera was last seen in a neighborhood just south of the Casey's along Rice Street. If you know of their whereabouts, police ask that you call them at 605-367-7000.
Well, a new report shows homicide rates have increased in nearly 24 American cities. The Council on Criminal Justice published the report. Now, the think tank looked at the number of murders reported during the first 6 months of the year. It found the murder rate in 22 cities increased by 16% compared to last year. Those cities include Austin, Nashville, Los Angeles, and Pittsburgh. Gun assaults were also up by 5%, and aggravated assaults rose by 9%, but drug and property crime actually fell.
Japan is set to extend the coronavirus state of emergency in Tokyo and expand it to neighboring areas and the western city of Osaka today after a record surge in infections. A government panel approved the plan, putting areas including Tokyo under the state of emergency until August 31st. Tokyo has reported a record rise in cases for 3 days in a row, including over 3,800 cases yesterday. The cases have doubled since last week. Officials warn they may hit 4,500 a day within 2 weeks.
Well, the South Dakota Chislik Festival takes place this weekend in Freeman.
The event begins tomorrow morning and runs throughout the day. Scott Ingen live in Freeman this morning. Are we going to see some Chislik, Scott?
Hey, good morning, Thor, Vanessa. You certainly are going to see some Chislik this morning. Keith Breedlove is here. He's our celebrity chef this year for the the South Dakota Chislik Festival here in Freeman, and he's working on some Chislik on the grill right now. Look at that. It looks beautiful, looks tasty. Keith, I want to talk to you just a little bit about that Chislik. Tell us what kind of Chislik you're making right now. What kind of meat are you using?
This is mutton.
Okay.
So you got some nice little lamb, and it's the classic We've got this beautiful here with a little bit of garlic. So you gotta have your garlic salt with chislic. You
Oh,
can't
of
have
course.
anything without it. We're gonna go
Absolutely.
with a nice cover on that one. And then,
Oh,
for
man.
you, my friend. When
Look
you
at
get a
that.
chance.
I am certainly going to eat that, and I'm not going to...
We're going to torture you for a minute while you talk to Abby.
I know. I'm going to have to smell it.
I'm just going to hold this.
You
right
can hold
here
it.
in
You can
your
even...
nose. You can hold it right on your nose.
It smells great. Oh, my goodness. And so, Keith, before I talk to Abby, though, I do want to ask you, you're a celebrity chef. How did you find out about the Chislic Festival here in South Dakota?
My good friend Abby. You know, we did an event last couple years back in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and she just is the most amazing human. So when I moved to Oklahoma and she said, "You're close now, you have to come," and I was like, "Heck yeah, I do. This is awesome. I love it here. This town is beautiful. Everybody's been really cool. I get to eat a lot of meat, man. A lot of meat.
That is awesome. Perfect. And so, Abby, as he was saying, you kind of introduced him to Chislic, brought him here to the Chislic Festival. Tell us a little bit about the vendors that are going to be here and the brews that are going to be here.
So there's a big variety of vendors between Chislic and non-Chislic. There's traditional, there's the new age, that's more of the beef tips and not sheep, Chislic. And then Ben's Brewing Company is our exclusive craft beer vendor. And they made a Chislic that a beer that pairs perfectly with Chislic. It's called Slick. It's kind of salty. It's awesome with Chislic.
Perfect. Awesome. Sounds like a lot of fun. And here are the trophies for the winner of each category there, the best new age nosh and the best classic sheep. So that's pretty cool. And Keith, before we go back to our studio, I'm going to grab a skewer here of some Chislic.
I saved you some.
Well, I appreciate that. And you have an announcement because there's some winners that are going to get a free helicopter ride. They are offering helicopter rides. Someone's going to get it for free.
Miss Lorraine Sorensen.
Congratulations, Lorraine.
I want to be your friend.
She gets to go on the helicopter with two friends. And
see, there's room for one more. You can take me.
We announced it.
Vanessa, back to you in the studio.
Lorraine Sorensen. Okay.
She gets a helicopter.
I hope you're watching this morning, or if anyone knows Lorraine Sorensen, give her a call, wake her up, because
she gets a helicopter.
She gets a free helicopter ride.
I can just smell that Chislic.
Look at, did you see those trophies they get?
Oh yeah.
I want one in my house.
Man, this is a big deal down in Freeman too. After not having it last year, it'll be bigger this year.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Well, we got to take a short break. We'll have more news and weather when we return.
Catch Dakota News Now at 9 on Fox Sioux Falls. It's news when you want it.
What is that?
I don't know. I thought we could do our financial plan online.
Enter name.
Robots don't know you. We do. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, every plan starts with a conversation. Learn more at fbfs.com/protect.
Let's be real. You're on the go. Your time is valuable. You like things easy. You want things fast, which is why you need First Bank and Trust. Our upgraded mobile app makes banking easier than ever, with thousands of 5-star reviews and the ability to view your accounts, deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds, or activate your card. It's like having a bank right in your pocket. First Bank and Trust. Real banking, real.
The show goes on at the Washington Pavilion. Join us for an all-Broadway season. Hear your favorite Jimmy Buffett hits and escape to Margaritaville. Be inspired by beloved songs in Beautiful, the Carole King musical. Raise your cup to love, to life in Fiddler on the Roof. Get your golden ticket in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. See the musical phenomenon Hairspray. Find joy in the wake of tragedy in Come From Away. And take a romantic journey in Anastasia. Reserve your tickets today.
Join us at Straw Bale Winery's Cheese and Ice Cream Festival, August 14th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. A full day of family fun. Straw Bale Winery invites you to experience a variety of cheese and ice cream vendors in a relaxing country setting. With a glass of wine in hand, of course. Bring the kids along for a day of fun and games with play areas and more. We'll have food vendors serving up kid-friendly menus. The band DNR will be playing. It's all about the kids. Proceeds will benefit the Family Visitation Center and Camp Bring It On here in Sioux Falls. Join us on August 14th.
State purpose of visit.
Well, our tractor's gonna kick the bucket this year.
Searching internet for new bucket.
I don't need a bucket.
Robots don't know you. We do. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, every plan starts with a conversation. Learn more at fbfs.com/protect.
Hey Vanessa, congratulations on your new job. You're gonna do great things, I have no doubt. I wanted to thank you for teaching me so much. I was only at Dakota News Now for a little bit before you joined the morning show, and you have really taught me so many things, and I am going to use them forever, and I'm really grateful for our friendship and all the fun times we've had together.
Well, Vanessa, it's hard to believe that you're leaving us after all this time. I don't know what sort of experiences you'll get from Sanford, but I'm sure no experience will ever top like getting on the bull and almost getting bucked off in the chute. Anyways, the last 7 years have been a pleasure. Best of luck to you in your future endeavors.
Oh, my heart. You guys, thank you so much. That was Miranda, our morning show producer, and we call him Lurch, one of the TMPs
Behind the scenes
here.
people who do a lot.
Who do everything, and we just come on and make them look good. Yeah, because they come through during the whole night and basically do a lot of the work. We come in and just double check
we
things.
got the easy
and
job.
Exactly. Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh, the morning show. You guys have my heart. It's been amazing working with you too. I mentioned that earlier, and to everyone behind the scenes too. We have so many people that we've worked with throughout the years because you know, people come, they learn, and then they move on to other things. And everyone that I've worked with, I have not come in contact with someone I'm like, oh, I could not work with you again. Everyone has been great to work with, and when you work on the morning show, I think we all have that understanding of, holy smokes, it is early. This is not
we
great.
Have a bond. We have a bond.
We have a bond.
Of that 3 a.m., 2 a.m. alarm.
Yes, and so when you come in and it's enjoyable to work with your coworkers, it makes such a big difference. So.
It really does. It makes things a lot easier too.
Yeah, so thank you guys for your messages this morning. It's been so great.
More to come.
Oh.
Yeah, more to come.
We got more to come.
Let's go ahead and talk about a little bit of weather here. We do have some rain moving through central South Dakota right now, and that is going to be very beneficial for a lot of us. It's going to slide to the south and east here as we go through the day. Here in Sioux Falls, we're going to see some of that rain basically through the rest of today. We have smoke out there this morning. Be aware of that. We are going to only get up to about 74 for a high today in Sioux Falls. Aberdeen, I think we're going to, for the most part, miss out on the rain. We'll see some sunshine later on today. We'll hit 82 for a high. Pierre, rain falling right now. We're going to see that kind of ramp up by the early afternoon. We'll hit 80 for a high temperature. Around the region right now, we are starting off with temperatures for the most part in the mid to upper 60s, a couple of low 70s out there. The wind not going to be an issue here as we go through the rest of today. That rain is going to slide south and east, so if you're along and south of Highway 14, for the most part, you're going to have a pretty good chance to see rain here as we go through the rest of our Friday. That's going to clear out of here by tonight. By tomorrow morning, we're going to see maybe a little bit of fog here in the tri-state area. Otherwise, plenty of sunshine tomorrow, just a couple of high thin clouds out there, and we're just going to have some nice weather here as we head into the weekend. Highs today, again, 74 in Sioux Falls, 82 in Aberdeen, 80 later on today in Pierre. Best chance of rain again along and south of Highway 14. Tomorrow, plenty of sunshine, 85 for a high, 80 coming up on Sunday. We're going to keep, for most of us, the low to mid 80s around for early next week and then jump up into the 90s here by next Thursday. That's a look at your forecast. Stick around. More right after this break.
The First Alert Weather Team, and Dakota News Now.
Signs are everywhere. They're all around us. But do you know the signs of human trafficking? Could you spot them if you saw them? A fearful or submissive demeanor. Tattoos that indicate ownership. Paranoia or being controlled by another. These and many other signs can be found at calltofreedom.org. Please report any suspicious signs to the Human Trafficking Hotline at 1-888-373-7888 and help us put an end to human trafficking.
Got a boring backyard? Stop at Lewis and find everything from outdoor furniture and fire pits to the best prices on brand name grills and accessories. Use our mobile app and save even more. There's lots to love at Lewis, your first stop for summer.
Did you get those files from corporate yet?
Yeah, but one of them won't open. Larry and IT's working on it now.
The meeting's in 5 minutes.
Step aside, business professionals. Because you have FortiClient installed, saving the day is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
Not all files are worth saving, but IT Outlet can help recover the ones that matter. IT Outlet, the nerds you love to know.
Chisholm?
It's the final week to shop blowout mattress savings at Unclaimed Freight Furniture. Save on best-selling Sealy Posturepedics now as low as $5.99. Or shop incredible comfort and value with Sonic Queen mattresses only $1.99. Shop now at all 9 Unclaimed Freight Furniture locations.
Ace is the only hardware retailer that carries Benjamin Moore paint at over 3,800 stores. With Benjamin Moore's premium quality, huge selection of colors, plus Ace's award-winning service, you can be confident you're getting the best. Then buy in store or online for curbside pickup or free delivery. When you want the best, Benjamin Moore paint from Ace. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their paint.
Benjamin Moore paint is now available at all Ace hardware stores.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
The First Alert Weather Team, only on Dakota News Now.
Grill need an upgrade? Get to Lewis, where you'll find a huge selection of Weber, Royal King, Traeger, Napoleon, and more, all at unbeatable prices. Get barbecue ready and find lots to love at Lewis, your first stop for grilling and chilling.
Weather changes constantly. Be prepared by using the First Alert Weather app. From viewing conditions with our Doppler radar to just a simple temp check, you can be sure to stay informed with the First Alert Weather app. It's weather when you want it.
Hey there, welcome back to Dakota News Now. It is now time for another edition of Owning Your Outdoors, and joining me as always is Doug Schroeder from Lewis. And Doug, it looks like we're talking about a pretty interesting plant today.
It is. It's a beautiful plant. It's actually lemon coral sedum by Proven Winners. It was actually their annual of the year in 2019. We've had it in our locations for years. It's very striking. The foliage is just beautiful on it. And as I said with my last two recommendations, it's easy to grow, easy to maintain. It's heat tolerant, it is drought tolerant. Sedums, most sedums originated in Asia. We're not sure the actual origin of this plant, but it is just a constant performer. It's listed as a filler for your planters, but as you can see, it actually spills over the edge. So I kind of classify it can be either or.
Either or.
Yep.
And like the last two, you said it's easy to grow. It's heat tolerant too. Does it like sun? Does it like a little shade?
It likes sun to parts sun. It will take some shade. So it actually, you know, if you have like an east morning type sun, afternoon shade is perfect. Another nice thing about it is that it's very sturdy. It doesn't get roughed up with some of our South Dakota high winds, and it holds up to that. So it's just a great plant. Highly recommend. We've had for a few years. This is my first year growing it, and recommend it highly.
And watering, fertilizer, just don't overwater?
Fertilizer, just I'll quote the people from Proven Winners. If you want something to grow like an elephant, you need to feed it.
That's very true.
So yes, it does need fertilizer. Balanced fertilizer. It's a Proven Winner product. You can use Proven Winners, but also anything that's a balanced 10-10-10, 8-8-8 will work.
Do you recommend trimming it up any, or do you just go ahead and just let it spill?
Just let it spill, let it grow. It doesn't require any deadheading. Another great thing about it, you can put any plant with it. I put some pink polka dot with it, and it stood out real well with it. So it's something to look for next year.
Exactly. Doug, thank you so much for all the tips and advice that you've given us here this morning. We're going to have all this information online at dakotanewsnow.com right after the show. Make sure you stick around in the meantime, though. We have Fastcast coming up next.
Catch Dakota News Now at 9 on Fox Sioux Falls. It's news when you want it.
The biggest event of the summer is here. The 82nd Annual Sioux Empire Fair. There's live events for everyone each and every day with the fair's grandstand entertainment. From live concerts to rodeos. In addition to concerts, the Sioux Empire Fair has something for everyone, from carnival rides, fair food, and free family entertainment. For more details, visit SiouxEmpireFair.com.
The last chance for the amazing deals during Beds & Beds Emergency Warehouse Liquidation Sale is now. These are the final days you can get that big new comfy mattress at liquidation prices. Free financing is available during the final days of the Emergency Warehouse Liquidation Sale at Beds & Beds on 41st Street.
Let's be real. Insurance is complicated. Policies are confusing. And costs are hard to compare. This is where Fishback Insurance Agency comes in. We are an independent agency that compares providers and finds the best policy for you. Home, auto, business, farm, life, health, and more. Providing you with the right insurance from local people you can trust. How's that for a plan? Contact us for a free quote at fishbackinsurance.com.
School Bus Inc. is now hiring. Are you looking for a rewarding job? Love to make a difference in your community? With paid training, great benefits, and a $1,000 sign-on bonus, this is the job for you. Apply now at schoolbusinc.com.
The last chance for the amazing deals during Beds & Beds Emergency Warehouse Liquidation Sale is now. These are the final days you can get that big new comfy mattress at liquidation prices. Free financing is available during the final days of the Emergency Warehouse Liquidation Sale at Beds & Beds on 41st Street.
On the next Jeopardy! You had a traumatic brain injury just 3 months ago.
Yeah, and my family wasn't sure whether I would walk again. And now here I am on Jeopardy. It's crazy.
Today at 5 o'clock on KDLT.
The First Alert Weather Team, only on Dakota News Now.
Well, welcome back to Dakota News Now. It's time for Fastcast.
And the smoky conditions leading to warnings from health officials in both South Dakota and Minnesota. All this smoke wafting in from 500 miles to the north in Canada, where a massive 300 square foot mile wildfire is burning on the eastern shores of Lake Winnipeg. The smoke has spurred state officials in both South Dakota and Minnesota to issue air quality alerts, saying people with respiratory problems should avoid too much time outdoors.
Well, reporter Scott Engen and photojournalist Shane Trail are hitting the road. They'll be visiting some of South Dakota's top tourist destinations to see how they're getting back on track. Join us all next week as they travel across the state to some fun locations. Looking forward to that. Aaron, over to you.
Now, Thor, we are dealing with some rain out in central South Dakota, spreading to the east here into parts of Minnesota, too. We're going to see that rain continue to spread east here as we go through the rest of today. Here in the tri-state area, we're starting off for most of us with temperatures in the mid to upper 60s, 70 right now in Hartford, 68 Valentine, 61 in Pierre, 64 in Aberdeen. Wind not going to be an issue today, only about 5 to 15 miles per hour. We're going to see that rain move into our region and continue through the rest of today here in the Sioux Falls area, so only 74 for a high, 85 tomorrow, 80 on Sunday. We'll see plenty of sunshine over the weekend. We'll be in the 80s early next week before the 90s make a comeback here by next Thursday. Aberdeen, a slight chance for a little bit of rain here this morning. We'll be in the low 80s today, mid to upper 80s over the weekend. We'll get back up to 90 by Tuesday. And in Pierre, obviously rain this morning, 80 for a high temperature today. We'll be in the low 90s for the weekend, early next week, mid 90s coming up after that.
All right, so we've been talking about all day today. Today is Vanessa's last day at Dakota News Now.
So we have a little video to celebrate her time at the station.
You know, they pulled out all the stops and they do, oh gosh. Oh. What?
Hey Vanessa, I know for most of my time here we worked completely different schedules, but I remember when we came over in the merge, you were such a positive voice and always good to see in the newsroom. You were willing to help whenever we were confused on what was going on or how things were gonna work. And I'll never forget that, and I'll never forget how welcoming you really were to all of us from KDLT and especially me, so I really appreciate that. Best of luck in your next adventure.
Hey Vanessa, it's been so fun to work with you. I appreciate all the things I've learned from you, and you will definitely be missed. Wishing you all the best in the future.
Vanessa, we are certainly going to miss you. You have been a great co-worker since I first got here, and I knew that you were a go-getter and you were going to be such a great asset to anyone that would have you in the near future. Best of luck in your next endeavor, and we definitely wish the best for you.
I'm sure you can this. Okay.
There it is.
You're a good coach.
Hey Vanessa, I really enjoyed getting to know you the couple times that I got to fill in on the morning show, and it was tough waking up, but it made it a lot better getting to work with amazing people like you, and I learned so much from you, so I want to thank you for that, and I'm excited to see all you do on your next adventure.
In the short time that I've been here, Vanessa, seeing how driven you are and how passionate you are about what you do, it's really inspiring, and just nothing but the best of luck in everything that you do after this. We know that you're going to do amazing.
Vanessa, 5.5 years, not bad. I remember when you came in as a rookie, green, just like we all were, and hard worker, wanted to get after it and did a great job. You were not afraid to get on the set and make everybody feel happy and alive in the morning like you were. We're gonna miss you. You were a hard worker, great to work with, but no, you did an awesome job.
Vanessa, I didn't get to see the morning shift and you that often, but anytime I did, you were always the brightest light, and you made the whole room better for being there. You always lifted my spirits when I came in the morning, so we will certainly miss you. And the best part is knowing that wherever you go in life from here on out, you will always have that kind of personality and that effect on people. So good luck.
Vanessa, I know we didn't get a chance to work with each other a lot given the obvious time differences of our shift, but getting to work with you when I did has been nothing but a blast. And not only that, but you've always brought such a positive vibe, not only to the set and on the air, but obviously behind the scenes and just in person too. And I know you're going to carry that with you as you head down the road. And all I have to say is we are all going to miss you very, very much and wish you nothing but the best of luck in the future. Take care.
Hey Vanessa, it's Pep here. I just want to congratulate you on your new job at Sanford. You know, the first time that I got to work with you, I was just a little intern. And I remember the first story we did, it was about 4 a.m. and you were all bubbly and lively, and I was, you know, on my third or fourth cup of coffee just trying to stay awake. I'm going to miss you. You're one of my favorite coworkers, but I'm not just going to be missing my coworker. I'm also going to be missing my friend.
Oh man, you guys. Thank you so much for everything and for that video and the messages. I am going to miss this place so much. I have to say, I can't even talk.
Oh, thank you, Vanessa. I mean, I've watched all the comments from viewers and over these last few days, and you brought such a light to this morning show.
Thank you. Well, you know, in our job, sometimes the news can really get you down, and I just have a strong belief that we'll get you informed, make sure you know what's going on in your communities, but also you have to have a smile on your face because positivity is so important. Before we let you all go today, though, I do want to thank not only you guys here on air, but everyone behind the scenes. You all have been amazing to work with. You've made my 5 years here amazing. My parents, Tom and Debbie, are watching on our live stream from California this morning. I get so emotional because, you know, it's hard moving from family, but they've been so great, pushing me to follow my dreams, which has been, excuse me, awesome. And I also, of course, want to thank my husband. If I wouldn't have moved here, I wouldn't have met him. And most importantly, I want to thank all of you this morning. Waking up to the viewers, it makes that 1:30 a.m. wake-up call a lot easier. And welcoming me into your homes has been amazing. And being able to go and share your personal stories and go into your communities has been the joy of a lifetime. So thank you all so much. I can't say thank you enough.
Thank you.
No, thank you. You've done such a good job over the years.
We're going to miss you.
I'll miss you
guys
too.
We're going to see you.
Yes.
Promotional consideration paid for by Schulte Subaru, Avera Orthopedics, South Dakota Office of Highway Safety.
SUNY shines. With an unforgettable performance, gymnast Suni Lee becomes the breakout star of the Tokyo Olympics.
She is going to win the Olympic all-around gold medal.
An emotional and unexpected victory.
I mean, this is just a crazy experience. Like, it doesn't even feel like real life.
And this morning, we've got the Golden Girl herself here live. Breaking overnight, CDC stunner. The internal document leaked online saying the Delta variant is as contagious as chickenpox, more transmissible than the common cold, flu, and smallpox, even the vaccinated capable of spread. The CDC now saying the war has changed. Just ahead, what we now know about the alarming findings that led to that major reversal on masks and what it means for the country moving forward.
What is happening in America right now is a pandemic of the unvaccinated.
We'll have everything you need to know. Trail of destruction, powerful storms spawning tornadoes in the Midwest and Northeast, several near Philadelphia causing injuries, collapsed buildings, and power outages. We'll have the very latest and OWS forecast heading into the weekend. All that, plus thrills.
And Lily King is pushing to the wall for silver. Annie Laser gets the bronze.
And spills.
Big accident.